the only Honey Brian, the Big Sexy Official live in the flesh.
Hey everybody, this is Big Freedia the Queen Diva.
This is Tesha Ophelia.
My name is Terrell Joseph.
And I'm Queer AF.
I'm Queer AF.
And I'm Queer AF.
I am Queer AF. Damn! Being Queer AF for me is like everything. It's in my bones, it's in my mindset, it's in my skin, it's in the way that I walk, it's in the way that I talk, it's in the way that I maneuver, it's in everything that I do because I had to fight to be who I am. So I'm always walking in my truth. When I walk into a room, I'm always gonna own it. When I walk into a salon, I'm always gonna own it. When I walk into the grocery store, I'm always gonna own who I am because I literally had to fight to be me.
You know, as I was growing up as a young queer, I didn't really have that. You know, I kind of looked to people that I never was able to touch or to be in a room with or ask questions or advice. And now it's more relatable, it's more reachable. You know, you can kind of connect with it more on a personal level. That there's so many queer artists out there who are living their truth.
It's very important that we have queer people as role models in fashion, music, in all aspects, because there's a lot of little kids that are looking up to us and that need to see what their future can be.
Being on social media every day, that being our jobs, those platforms have made it extremely easy for us to reach the masses and reach a diverse group of people. I think without social media, it would be extremely difficult to share our story in a very fun, uplifting way, but it's also educational. So I think it's totally changed the game for us and our family and other families like us when it comes to representation.
I'm watching TV and I see strong queer leads. It makes me so excited because literally as a young boy, I've always wanted to be in entertainment. I've always wanted to be on TV. I've always wanted to see a representation of who I am. RuPaul is mama darling. RuPaul laid the foundation for the girls to be able to do what they do today. I love RuPaul. I love the fact that I look at old videos of RuPaul, and RuPaul used to be in the hood doing her drag shows. RuPaul used to be in the white communities doing her drag shows. RuPaul is loved by the Asians, and I love the fact that RuPaul laid the foundation for queers to be who they are.
You know, RuPaul's always doing great and amazing things, continuing to make DragCon and Drag Race spread to different audiences all around the world. I love all the girls from Drag Race. You know, that's my whole family. One moment that was really big was the White House Secretary, Karine Jean-Pierre, who going into the White House laying that service for the queer kids and to represent us in a major, major way.
Well, one of the strong queer leads in our culture right now, for me, is Laverne Cox. I think that she's done amazing from her role in Orange is the New Black, being transgender, and taking it further to, you know, these major brand partnerships and even as recent as Barbie, having the first transgender Barbie created after her, I think speaks volumes to the work that she's doing and how we're trying to see visibility from all walks of life and all people being a part of the queer community. You look at shows like Pose and you look at, you know, P-Valley and characters that have, you know, strong queer leads. And I think 10 years ago, you didn't see that. You know, 10 years ago, my parents wouldn't have understood seeing that type of dynamic or those type of characters and personas being played on television.
What was that movie that just came out? I think it was The Avengers. I think it was The Avengers. And they went to go get him and he kissed his husband. One of the Avengers. You know what I'm talking about? I think it was The Avengers. Damn! I think it was The Avengers.
You know, Christopher Milan being on Bad Boys, LA, you know, T.S. Madison.
T.S. Madison. I absolutely love T.S. Madison. I love the fact that you can come from one way and build an empire for yourself out of this world. I love the fact that you don't have to fit in a certain type of box to be a brand, to be a business, to be a mogul. I absolutely love the fact that T.S. Madison doesn't fit in the boxes of what people think that she should fit in the boxes of.
I'm excited that, you know, we are finally coming from the back of the bus and we're going to the front, and they're putting us out there in the way that we should. be represented. I mean, the list goes on and on for its people who have inspired me. Everybody from Sylvester to Lil Richard to, RuPaul to Katie Red. Oh my God, Lil Nas X.
Some of the strong queer leads in music right now that I absolutely love. My top two, baby, is Lil Nas and Saucy Santana.
Saucy Santana just signed the deal, his first record deal.
Saucy Santana represents that queer that walked into school, didn't care what nobody had to say, was very smart, got their work done, and I absolutely love him. When I tell you I am literally obsessed with Saucy Santana, Saucy Santana is busting down so many doors for so many androgynous, so many men who want to live loud and in color, want to wear their lashes, want to wear their hair, and they don't have to do it in fear. They can be who they want to be. They can still make good music.
Of course, Lil Nas X, I think, is breaking down, bulldozing down walls when it comes to the music industry and what it means to be queer and, in hip hop and rap.
One of my favorite queer moments of 2021 has to be Lil Nas on the BET Awards. That got me up out of my seat, excited, because guess what? We've been sheltered, we've been hidden, we've been abused for a long time. So to have a queer black man get up there and get in front of the world, it got me so excited. I was so happy to see it.
Janelle Monae just recently made a bold statement of being non-binary and her pronouns and which she wants to go by. And I know the Frank Oceans of the world. I think that was when I was in college, and that was groundbreaking because people feared that they would never make it in the music industry being who they were.
The brat, of course, because she's always had her own style. Since the 90s, she always dressed the way she wanted to, no matter what. She wore what she wanted to wear. She was comfortable, even when she started to wear makeup. A lot of people in our community, the gay community, probably frowned upon that because they feel like, oh, you're a stud, you probably shouldn't wear makeup. But no, she did what she wanted, and it was beautiful. And I always admired her for her style, her grace, and she's talented on top of that.
And Big Freedia has always been a pioneer as it relates to being queer and being open, from the show that she had to, being featured on songs and now just being mainstream and at award shows. I think it's just showing how far that we've come as it relates to being in music, and this how the world is shifting, and how I hope, that we can continue to grow.
Listen, I know we talking about some strong queer leads, but there are some strong queer allies out there. When I tell you I am obsessed with Lizzo. No! I am obsessed with Lizzo, and I love the fact that she stands for the queers. I love the fact that she tweets for the queers. She posts for the queers. I love the fact that she is a full-figure, beautiful, juicy woman, owning who she is. Her curves, her insecurities, her flaws. I absolutely love the fact that she stands with us. Because a lot of times we can't do it on our own. We need our allies to help us. We need people who love us. We need people who see the movement, who support the movement, who are with the movement.
When I think about queer families, our families with queer children that influence us, I definitely think the first one that comes to mind would be Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union as it comes to their daughter, Zaya Wade. My family, both my husband and I, we were raised in the South. And you can be anything in the community as a black person except for being gay. And so for us to see a black family embrace their daughter and then to speak out and be so vocal with people of their status, I think is setting the stage and setting the platform for other families to follow suit and just be open to the conversation. I think that's what, our family aspires to do with our platform, is start the conversation, show visibility, be open so that hopefully others are more inclined to do the same.
For me, social media has helped queer kids in so many different directions because it gives us a platform to be able to put ourselves out there, whatever we're doing, music, art, fashion. Social media gives us that platform to be able to get a wider audience, to be able to connect with other people, to be able to interact on different platforms and in different social sites.
There was a time where I did not use my platform and I wasn't out about me being queer because I felt like I would lose followers. When I went through breast cancer, kind of just made me it freed me, and it showed me like, you know what, this is you, your life can be taken at any time. You need to be free. You need to do what you want. If people don't want to follow you, if people have a problem with you being gay, oh well.
I dealt with a lot of different things that a lot of people didn't really deal with. I went through bullying. I went through being harassed. I went through being spit on. I went through so many altercations, so many different fights, so many different rumbles to literally walk in my truth for being who I am. A lot of times when people see me on social media and they see my big personality and they see my viral videos and they see my content, they think that it's a facade. And it's really not a facade because I literally had to fight to be who I am today.
I think it's very important for us as queer, role models, that we continue to let our light shine and to grow and expand our audience and our fan base.
There's a lot of kids out there that need to have those references so they can feel comfortable and so they can know that they have a future in what, being queer, being gay, and not have to hide.
There's so many more to come. We are grooming the next generation of queer kids that will be out there, as the next RuPaul, as the next Lil Nas X, as the next Big Freedia, as the next Saucy Santana.
I am a strong queer AF lead, honey, and I'm representing who I am, and I'm representing the people that come before me, and I'm representing the people that's coming after me as a strong queer AF man. Yeah!
And we're queer AF.
And I'm queer AF.
This Big Freedia the Queen Diva, your best believer, and I am a strong queer lead.